If you're considering building one of these as a homemade soda blaster, you need to watch this video before you do anything else. Before we start, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications when I put up fresh videos. So on a whim, I decided to build a soda blaster because I needed some for some projects, and I ended up with this contraption. A couple of iterations of this contraption actually, and it wasn't quite what I turned out or expected it to be. Now, you could argue that I had the wrong hose size, the wrong nozzle. There's a dozen different variations of what this could have been and why it turned out the way it did, but here's a few shots of me building it and trying to get it to work. So what I found was that the soda feeding into the blast tube was inconsistent. Too much would feed into it, it would clog up. Not enough would feed into it and I'd get nothing out. So I tried a couple of different iterations. Here's some of the other iterations that I tried. And I finally got something that somewhat worked. If I had another person with the dip tube just dipping the tube in periodically, that would give me the amount of soda that I needed to make this work correctly, which was really not efficient. Kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. So rather than use this, I went ahead and got one of these. And I can tell you that the difference is dramatic. With this, I'm able to control the amount of flow. I did add a water and oil separator, and you can drain it with pressure. Being able to adjust this from no soda to a lot of soda made a huge difference on this. As you can see, here's a sample video of me using this Nico handheld soda blaster, which is relatively inexpensive in the scheme of things. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and test this out. I'm going to go ahead and fill it with some bicarbonate of soda. I'm going to set the compressor to give me 80 psi, even though 90 is recommended. I was using anywhere from 90 to 120 with that last clip you saw. Let me go ahead and do that. Alright, I've got some bicarbonate of soda. And we're not going to put a whole lot in here. It's not like I'm doing a big job or anything. I'm going to carefully pour some of this in here. Alright. Now if you were doing a larger job, you'd want to run this through a sifter because it does come out in clumps, which I'm sure would impede this. I'm going to turn this all the way off, and we're going to walk over to our little test area. Alright, I've got everything ready. Let's put on some protective gear and see how this does. We're using the same piece that we used for the other one. I think you can agree with me that there's absolutely no comparison between the DIY one and this one. It just works really good. What more can I say? So at the end of the day, I would say don't even bother. You'll end up spending money on hose. If you have it laying around, give it a shot, but I honestly don't think you'll be happy with the results. Just go ahead, get it out of the way. Spend a little bit of money, buy one of these. Which I actually really like. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the cheaper ones that are out there, but it's a Chinese name brand. You'll see Nico in a couple of other places. And at the end of the day, do yourself a favor. Buy one of these and one of the more inexpensive ones if you need to do some soda blasting. It's especially useful if you have small jobs you need to do. I'm actually going to use this to remove some bottom paint off a boat. I'm using paint stripper first, but there's always remnants that stay behind, and this will just clean it up with no problem at all. I did add a Nico water oil separator, inline filter, just to keep the powder dry, if you will. And I gotta say, I highly recommend this. Now, one other advantage of this is you can blast with sand, garnet, aluminum oxide, whatever other media you need to use if you have small blasting jobs. You can go ahead and do that. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, hit share and like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.